10 years ago today, 17 sailors were killed and many injured when terrorists attacked the Norfolk base USS Cole in the Yemeni port of Aden.
Al-Qaeda is believed to be responsible for that attack. The ship had just pulled in for refueling when a small boat loaded with explosives approached. Terrorists on board that boat detonated those explosives, and you know that blew a huge hole on the side of the ship right at the waterline.
Survivors and family members were at Naval Station Norfolk today to mark the anniversary of the attack. 10 on your side's Art Khan joins us now with the story. Art?
Well, Nicole and Tom, a very moving and dignified ceremony today at the USS Cole Memorial. As you mentioned, this is the 10th anniversary of the attack on the Cole. It was a very effective and deliberate attack that nearly sank that vessel. 10 years later, the Navy still commemorates the brave and selfless actions of the crew that saved not only the Cole, but the nation's pride as well.
Seaman Travis Clybourne.
As the names of the dead were read aloud, current Cole sailors slowly made their way to the Cole Memorial to set a wreath in place, a place where 17 young sailors' names are forever cast in bronze.
An extraordinary example for us all.
Fleet Forces Commander Admiral John Harvey says the actions of the sailors on board USS Cole that fateful day in October of 2000 saved both the ship and their shipmates.
The blast had created a 40 by 60 foot breach in the port side of the hull that literally opened up the ship to the sea. Rapid, decisive action would have to be taken to keep the ship from sinking.
Kenneth E. Clodfelter.
Sailors like 21-year-old Kenneth Clodfelter never had a chance to get in the fight, killed instantly in the blast. Clodfelter's father feels the pain a decade after his son's sacrifice.
When you look at his autopsy report, it's just horrendous the way he was just tore up. You know, because even though he was the first one killed, but it took Navy divers to find him.
Not a day goes by that I don't think of my sailors.
Now retired Commander Kirk Lippold was the captain of the Cole when the ship was attacked. He says that despite the lessons learned from that day, the Navy is still not doing everything it can to prevent another Cole-style attack.
And as long as we keep focusing things downward the chain, rather than starting to hold some of the admirals accountable for how they're manning, training, and equipping our ships, and giving them the COs the procedures they need to protect them, then we are not going to have this problem solved for the long term, and eventually we are going to be putting our ships in jeopardy again.
And if all that's not enough, surviving sailors and family members of the Cole are still in the middle of a tough fight. This battle, though, is being fought in the courtroom in an effort to hold the government of Sudan responsible for allegedly helping al-Qaeda to carry out that attack. Coming up tonight at 6, I'll have more on that part of the story. And there are some pretty strong feelings about this case against the Sudanese government, and I'll share some of those with you in my next report tonight at 6. Tom and Nicole.